Welcome everybody to Action Steps Ask an Expert Document Templates session. Today we are going to do a quick introduction, and then we're going to jump right in to talk about what are document templates and reasons to use document templates. And then Robert, joining me, is going to do a demo on how to create document templates. And during that time, we'll be taking your questions in the accompanying chat. So to start out with, Robert Butler is one of our most fabulous technical support agents. He's been with Actionstep for the past 7 years. And in that time, he has learned the product in depth and has a high level of experience across multiple areas of Actionstep, including document templates. I'm Christy Dillon. I'm a customer success manager. I am calling in from Denver, Colorado, and Robert is in New Zealand. I work with our customers so that they can optimize usage of Actionstep and improve their productivity and achieve their business goals. And before I came to work at Actionstep, I worked for a video assessment software company. All right, let's go ahead and jump right into document templates and exactly what are they. So a template is a pre-created document that is formatted to pull information from your Actionstep matters and files. So rather than starting from scratch to format a document, you can use a template to save yourself a lot of time. Templates encourage repeatability and efficiency, and they also help to decrease costs and save time. So getting into that a little bit further, efficiency. You only need to create a template once. Using that template in the future means you don't have to spend time formatting your document. It's already done. And then there's accuracy. We've all done it. Sent off a document only to realize we've missed out on something relevant or critical. Having a predetermined structure helps keep those kinds of errors to a minimum. In addition, templates bring a level of professionalism to your document and really give them that sleek, professional edge. Lastly, consistency. Templates basically enforce overall consistency by having a predetermined structure and layout. All documents made using a template will match its layout exactly. Creating document templates. Actionstep allows you to automatically generate letters, bills, and other documents from within matters using document templates. Merge fields allow the template to automatically pull information from the matters that they are created from. That means once you have set up a document template using those merge fields, you can create documents of the same kind for any specified matter in just a few clicks using the same template. At Actionstep, we provide examples of document templates such as blank client letters, bank deposit slips, invoice templates, statements, all that you can use for your Actionstep system. These can be found from our user guide. And now I'm going to hand it over to Robert to demo using document templates.
Thank you, Christy. Okay, so I will start sharing my screen. And so first of all, I want to kick things off by describing to you and kind of giving you a quick rundown of just how vast and how beneficial document templates can be for your business's workflow. And also bear in mind just early on that a lot of document templates have already been pre-created for you and packaged into app packages that you can install into your database depending on what type of law you do. So, for example, we have a family law workflow as well as like a criminal law workflow package that you can install into your databases, which each are very document template heavy. So from the course of, beginning to end of one of these matters, you're going to want to draft and create a bunch of document templates, which, without a sort of automation system that we have, it's probably going to take you quite a while. So, okay, let's get into exactly how you're going to do this in Actionstep. Okay, so if I go into a matter, just for sake of example, have opened up a conveyancing matter. Conveyancing is another type of law that, is very document template heavy. Things like settlement standards, settlement templates, and, just general engagement templates with your clients are all, very sort of prominent when you create, you start a new conveyancing matter. And okay, so the first thing that I'd actually like to draw your attention to is these buttons over here. Now, so these are called custom data fields, and what these allow you to do is put in any sort of information that you want to gather against a matter of this type. So for example, in this example, it's conveyancing. So we've got a data collection called settlement. And within that, if we click into these, we have all of the settlement information that we want to collect. And the reason why I'm telling you about this and how it relates to document templates is because whenever you create a custom data field, it will create a connected merge field that will allow you to add that merge field into a document template. And therefore, the value that you enter against this matter, if you were to create a document template for this matter, you would that value would be automatically populated in the place that you put that merge field. So this hopefully gives you an idea as to the vast, sort of benefits of, what document templates can really do for your business. And Peacemaker. So what I want to also want to show you is just how much information you can really get in a custom data field, and then by consequence put that into a document template. So I'm just going to head over to admin. I'm going to go to matter types, find the conveyancing one that we're using. Go to, sorry, not to document templates. Let's just hit the back button there. Could have also just clicked up here. And we'll go to metadata. And here are all our custom data collections that currently exist. And you can edit these, you can add to these, and you can add your own fields, right? So let's just say I'm going to add another field to settlement. Click into the fields, create a new field. And the reason why I'm taking you to here is just to demonstrate the range of data types that you can use. So you can have a single line text, just as like one of these, drop down list. So any sort of drop down list of options that you want to pick from. Date, like a hearing date or whatever dates you want to be reminded of, or draw into a document template coming up. Money fields, so that's just going to append a dollar sign or whatever currency you're using, followed by the sort of decimal places for the cents. Protected text lines, so like for passwords, it's going to appear as asterisks when you save it, and only people with permission will be able to see it. Multi-line text, things like just like a big sort of paragraph here, as you can see in the description. Number fields, date with a memo, date time with a memo, date and time, calendar appointments that you can link through to your calendar. So you can also generate those details into a document template, checkboxes, linked contact records, and auto incrementing number. So that's just a rundown of exactly what kind of information you can collect against a matter, and therefore a document template. So, okay, let's now just give you a quick example of a document template. So I've got so all you need to do to generate one of the document templates that you've already sort of uploaded, or maybe you've installed an app, and so that has a list of its own document templates, is go to Document and then Generate. Choose from the list here, your list of templates. Just something to note at this point is that it's going to show you first what the document templates that you are that have been associated with your current matter and the type of matter it is. So we've got the conveyancing list right here. But also, if you had created a document template, for a different matter type, you can actually also just generate one of those from the same matter as well. Just to note, but if you're trying to draw a template that has custom data from a conveyancing matter type, and you don't have that same custom data field, in say an appeal matter type, then that's probably going to give you a problem there, saying like invalid merge field. We don't have this. So just something to note. But let's get into this a bit further. So if we go ahead and we'll just generate a settlement statement. Here, just a few things. You can change the document name, document date, destination folder, and then, we're going to put it into the settlement folder here. If we didn't want a different one, then we could go back here but let's just put it into the settlement. And then after generating, we can choose to download, open in Microsoft Office, attach to email, or edit the properties. So for this purpose, we're just going to download it. All right, so this is the final result, and you're going to see a bunch of asterisks. I'm going to be honest because I know there is actually a lot of information not entered into this meta type, so apologies for that, but there are a few, okay, and we can look at these and we can see what they're doing here, okay. Now, the asterisks are actually quite helpful because what they're saying is that even though the merge field is working and you have entered it correctly, you haven't got the information added to your matter or contact, wherever it's drawing from, to populate any information. So they're saying, good job on creating a template, but you need to enter this information into your matter or contact. Okay, so the asterisks are a good sign, that you can improve, that you tell you what you need to do. Okay, so here we've got a property address, and it's just generating Y, which is obviously, not correct information. Okay, so sweet. All I'd need to do to, update this field is find the property address field in the matter and update that information to be the correct one. Right, so if we go back to here, we'll find that property address. It's actually probably in property info, now that I think about it. Yeah. There it is. Why? Why do you want this address? Okay, 123 Street. Yeah, who knows? Okay, and we'll save that. We can actually just go back into the browse section and find the document that we've already generated because it will have saved to the matter. And then what we can do is, I believe that's in here. Where was that folder? Settlement. Okay, great. We found the settlement folder. There's our document. So all we need to do is click this cogs, or we can click regenerate, and it's just going to overwrite this document here. But now we've got your updated version. Or if you didn't want to overwrite it, then you could just go ahead and click the generate button over here instead of regenerating that particular template. So if we open this up now, see that's updated with that information. Okay, good. So, okay, now this is the other side of the templating process. This is once you've created your templates and hopefully once you've entered a bit more information than I have, into the matter and contact information. But what I wanted to show you is just a quick rundown of how to add a basic merge field to a template, show you that it's actually quite easy. The options with merge fields are quite vast, and so the if you wanted to learn everything about merge fields, then that's going to be a bit of time to invest into training. But we have a lot of information on the user guide, which you can browse and search for what you want to do. But anyway, let's go back to adding in a custom, or just like a basic merge field here. So if we go back to meta types, let's head over to conveyancing, document templates. Also, just at this point, let's note as well that these types of templates, although they're probably one of the most used and most beneficial types of templates to businesses and lawyers, we've also, merge fields also work within things like bill templates, like invoicing templates. So it can draw your invoicing information, as well as emails. So if you have like an email template that you always want to use, then you can add merge fields into those to pre-populate your what you want to say, and every time you get to a certain point in a workflow. So okay, let's find our template that we're demonstrating with. Settlement statement, there it is. Cool, and you actually just note that the description was appended to the name after a colon, just where, that's how it appears when you generate it. But anyway, okay, cool. So here's our current template. And so if we wanted to edit, this template and maybe add another merge field in, then we could download it like so, open it up. And here you're actually getting a view of the merge field side, where you're creating the document template for Actionstep to look at and then churn out the final result. So if we were to go ahead and enable editing, what we can do is we can actually look at the different merge fields that we've got here, and the formatting that these have been entered in is the more reliable way of the two options that you can use to enter merge fields. So the other way, I'll just quickly demonstrate because it takes 4 seconds. So is the square brackets. So if I wanted to go ahead and try and draw the PT, the first name of the client, then this is what I would type, just followed by square brackets, and that is going to work. However, the way that they've been added to this template is the more recommended method, because if I was to just go ahead and delete something like that, that's not going to actually disrupt the template. And then if I was to re-upload this, obviously, that's not going to disrupt the template or this merge field, and that company name is still going to be drawn. So, and that's because what we're looking at here is the display view of these merge fields, and this display view is actually, so it's beneficial in that it safeguards your templates. If you're just to muck around and delete something by accident, then it's not going to really mess up your template. And also it can make your template look neat. So, here we've got a city, zip, and province line. These have all just been sort of edited in their display view to just make them nice and compact in your template. If I was to go ahead and look at the underlying code for the merge field, then I could just go to toggle field codes here, like so. And already you're seeing, just how long you can make a merge field, and how long just merge fields are in general. And they're going to really crowd your template. And, that looks like it's over 3 lines, and it's just a bit more messy. So, so anyway, we're just going to put these back the way they were, make it look good again, a bit more neat. And okay, cool. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add another merge field in. Okay, cool. So let's see here. say I accidentally deleted that one. Okay, and that was the address. So I just by experience know that that was the address line. That's what we're going to be looking for, is like the address line. Then we've got the city, zip, and province. So I needed to enter that in. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go up to the insert button up the top here, and we're going to go to quick parts and then field. And don't worry, this process is documented in our user guide. So if you forget that process, then you can easily search it up. Now, what we're doing here is we're looking for merge field, and so we select that, and this is where we want to type in the field name. Now, the field name needs to be exact. So there's you can have capitals, and that's actually just a little tip as well. If you wanted to, yell at your clients, pay this. And then you could, and that was in a merge field, then you could just type the whole merge field out in capitals, and it will appear in capitals, like so. But okay, cool. All right, so now let's go find this field name. How do we do that? Okay, so let's go back to Actionstep, and we want to head over to a thing called the list of merge fields, and we find that by going to admin, open it up in a new tab, go to document assembly, merge field list. All right, awesome. And now this field, so this list holds all the possible merge fields that you can generate in Actionstep at the moment. So you can obviously add to this list when you create new custom data fields, or you can even add calculated fields, which is very advanced, and that requires PHP knowledge. So if you know how to code, then what you can do is things like, add two number fields together by doing a calculator field, and you would say, this field plus this field, just calculate that into my document, and the result will come through. But anyway, let's continue on with finding out our address field. So, we've got a filter function here, as we do in pretty much any list in Actionstep. So if we go to list filters here, what we want to be searching for is we want to, narrow down our search by the type of field that we're looking for. So if we open up the data source, then this might take you a little while, just if you're first learning merge fields, like, oh, what am I looking for? But essentially what we're looking for when we're looking for an address is participant data, because we're saying, well, we want to find the address of I think it's the purchasing law firm in this situation. So that's a participant data. So if we click onto that, we submit. And here we've got a range of all the sort of types of information that is just collected by default in any sort of contact record. But what we're looking for is, well, let's just put in the two address lines. So let's go address line 1 plus address line 2. So all we need to do is copy over this particular merge field name and put that into our template in here. And because it's a participant, merge field, we actually need to add in a little bit extra for it to work, because right now it's saying, okay, you want the address line, but an address line from who? So if we, we could check our template to see what participant that we're trying to draw. I'll do that after this, just to make sure, after we create it, because you can update them. But obviously, if you're just creating a document template from scratch, you're probably going to know off the bat, who you're doing this for. So I think so. What we want to do is go PT equals purchasing. I think it's law firm. Double check that in a second, and we'll add that in. Cool. So again, I could like delete letters and it still won't matter. And so what we're going to do is just to check is we're going to toggle field codes. Okay, there it is. And let's just see what participant type we're looking at. Okay, so it's called purchases law firm. So we just need to update that here. Purchases law firm. And oh, look, it's actually using the mailing postcode. So we want to, in fact, put in mailing instead of just the standard address line, which would be the physical address. Okay, so let's update this. All right, great. And now, okay, cool. So you've updated your template. You know, it's all ready to go. You want to start, you know, doing some work with your template. Okay, let's now upload this back up to Actionstep. Okay, so we'll save this in a place that we can get it. I like just putting things in the desktop. Okay, save that there, and we'll head back over to our document template here. So this was again admin, then meta types, then conveyancing, then document templates, and then we've clicked into document template, and we're going to upload this new file. There it is, and save. And because we actually added in probably exactly the same merge field as was there before, it's not going to look any different. However, we can go ahead and just view the template if we so wish. Which let's do that just to make sure that it's sort of working. You know, we didn't make any mistakes in our newly added merge field. Head over to documents, get into the folder where it is. Oh, sorry, no, what we can do is we can actually just generate this again. So let's do that. Settlement statement, let's download it. Open it up. And there's our asterisks, it's just how we like them. So again, you know, I could go ahead and add an address into the purchaser's law firm, which will be in the parties over here. But I think for the sake of time, we should leave it at that. So let's just see purchasers law firm. Okay, it looks like, all right, so it looks like this hasn't been added. So so that particular document template has been created for a different meta type and then uploaded to this particular meta type. So so if we're going to want to, you know, use that particular participant, then what we can do is we can actually edit the meta type and then go ahead and add that participant type into it. All right, so here's our parties. Go ahead and good search. Okay, well, all right. Okay, so apparently we need to actually add the purchaser's law firm into this actual system, which we could do, and then add it to this particular meta type. But again, let's for the sake of time end it there. And if you've got any questions, let us know.
We've got lots of questions in the chat, Robert.
Do we? Okay.
So, so to start out with, are you able to see the chat from where you are? There's a little,
I believe so. Yeah.
Chat icon up in the upper right-hand corner. So there's a question from Daniel regarding a merge field. Yep. Are you seeing that one?
Oh yes, is this the, could you please tell me what the merge field would be for the following? One array quantity 1.2. I'm trying to create a calculated field. Oh, and then this is, oops, sale purchase line items array. Okay, so it looks like you've got some sort of PHP there. And to really sort of answer your question correctly, I would kind of need to know what you're trying to achieve. Um, what kind of what the actual information is, end information is that you're trying to sort of draw out. For this type of question, I think possibly just contacting us at support@actionstep.com would be the best and most efficient way to get your calculator field created there. And also, I'd just like to just direct you also to the user guide, which we have got some basic information on, how you can create a calculated merge field and the sort of the common PHP that is used within those. So if we go to calculated merge fields here, oops, there we go. Oh, there it is. Okay, so we've got sort of just a bunch of basic information, how to add a calculator field, but then we get into some of the actual PHP examples. So it just tells you about what, obviously you probably know this stuff, simple math, some math. So if you wanted to add, 1 to your action ID, then you can sort of do it like this, things like that. And so, this is obviously interchangeable with any number field, and then you'd obviously call this what you wanted. I think that's the variable there. So yeah, and then it also gets into sort of dates as well, and how to draw dates and convert dates into different formats, as well as working with money as well. So here, just getting a bit ahead of myself. So here is adding some days to a date. So you can add 5 days to a certain merge field that you have, and also how to sort of calculate money. So you can strip. So first of all, you need to strip the sort of currency field digit, and then and also the sort of any decimals, unless they're obviously numeric. They've got value, and then it just sort of tells you how to put it back into the money format after the calculation has occurred. So yeah, I would sort of advise, just maybe have a look at this page, and then if it doesn't help you, contact us at support@actionstep.com.
Okay,
Cool.
that's great. And then we've got another question. Hi there. How can you advise what will be the merge field for settlement date?
Okay, cool. So that will depend on what you set in your custom data field when you are creating it. So if I was to go back to our admin area for conveyancing, and we go to metadata, because the settlement date will always just be a custom data field, because it's a piece of information that is specific to conveyancing. And say we wanted to find the merge field for the settlement date that is already in this custom data collection of settlement. All we'd need to do is click into this. We can view it from here as well as, and then I'll just let you know another way as well. Settlement date. Cool. There you go. So that's the merge field. So all we need to do is copy this. We can also, again, we can find this in the merge field list. So the way I'd find this in the merge field list is I'd probably just ignore the data source in this case, and go ahead and just type settlement, because I kind of know what I'm looking for. Settlement, and so we've got a couple of calculated merge fields there, and there it is, settlement date. Cool. So this is the text that you're wanting to add, because what this is the custom data collection that the merge field is in, the code for that. So it's saying, look at this custom data collection, conv_settlement, and then _settlement date, and then that's your merge field. So you'd copy that and you would plug that into your document. Where are we? Here we are. So let's just chuck it. Oh, look, well, there it is already. So if we toggle this, you can see conv settlement date. So that's going to work for us. Just a little extra note about dates is that you can actually format them however you like. Well, we provide many options for formatting. So, for example, if you wanted to display the weekday, such as like it's Monday, the 6th of April, and you wanted to have April in worded out rather than the 4th, then you can format that just by adding sort of a formatting option to your merge field, such as this. So like FM equals, so that's formatting equals, and then you would consult our user guide and just go to this particular page. This is a goldmine for merge field tips, and that's merge field options. There it is. FM is the second one, and so it also tells you about number formats too. But then, if I wanted it to say, day of the week followed by the month in full, and then followed just by, day of the month without a leading space. So if it's 1, then there's going to be no sort of space there. Then I would type percentage capital A, in my merge field that I had before. After the equal sign, it'll be percentage capital A, percentage underscore for a space, percentage capital B, and then percentage negative E. So I'll just add that into the merge field and save that. Also, you might be wondering, like, well, yeah, okay, that's good, but how do I know, like, if I'm creating one from scratch, how do I know the merge field there? And for that, all you'd need to do is I'll just show you what happens when you add a new field. So you just go add row, and you just type it. Just type whatever you want. Type gobbledygook, and then that's your field. Obviously, you'll probably want to make it something a bit more that makes sense. But and then once you save that, that's going to be your merge field that you want. Prepended by your data collection name, which is up here, conv_ing, and then underscore this. That's going to draw whatever type of information that you've added to that particular merge field. So yeah, hopefully that answered your question.
Awesome. Thanks, Robert. Okay, so there's a few more questions. A couple folks want to know how to have their logo or letterhead on a settlement statement or some other kind of template. What's the best way to go about that?
Okay, awesome. So that would be, well, first of all, search for the logo merge fields in our list of merge fields. So let's go back over here. That was admin, document assembly, then merge field list. Let's use the filter here. Let's take out this part here for the settlement because we're not looking for that anymore. I believe it's just logo. Let's have a look. Okay, it's division logo. So if you didn't know, in Actionstep we have a feature called divisions, which is very helpful if you're like a franchise firm or something like that, and you need a separate chart of accounts at no extra cost. But anyway, That's why we have this here called division logo. It's telling us it's going to put in the logo of the division. And so if you've uploaded your logo to the settings in admin, in general settings, in here, then, and you add this this merge field into your document template, then that's going to generate the image once you click generate in the document template. Cool. Back to you, Christy.
Awesome. Okay, so one of the questions is how to link a calendar appointment to a template.
Okay, awesome. So that will be the same as like a different custom data field. So all you need to do is you need to find out the custom data collection name, the code, the underlying name of that, followed by the custom data field name of that particular appointment, and then put that into your template the same way we've been doing it. So just as a quick example, because I saw that, and we've actually got one in this conveyancing matter type. If we were to go back into that, so I think it's in settlement. It wasn't. Okay, hold on. There it is. Cool. So there's an appointment field. It's a linked calendar appointment that we've added to this particular matter type in this data collection, and therefore created a merge field for it. So if the information's all here, so all I'd need to do is go like this, conv property. If I bring up the template again, so all I need to do is just go like this, insert quick parts to field, and merge field. So here we want to go back here and just sort of grab this text, copy that, followed by underscore, and then the data merge field, the data field code appointment. And because it's a date, you could go ahead and further format this, or like so, FM equals blah blah blah. It will display how how you set it out here. Otherwise, it's just going to use the default system format that you can set in your general settings. But again, if you can also find this information in the list of merge fields. The list of merge fields is your best friend when when doing document templates. Cool.
Great. Okay, this next one is a bit long.
Okay.
Okay.
Which one?
Tom says, I am trying to automate the data flow from an Actionstep web form and through to the matter and then down into a document template. The issue is that the participant data type doesn't update the participant/matter data, and thus I can't access it via a merge field. Can you discuss the relationship of data in Actionstep and how to access the different data areas via merge fields?
Okay. Yeah. So it just sort of looks like the setup of the web form isn't quite correct, I would say. I think there might be a break in the process there, because if you were to sort of add a participant field to your web form, an action step field, and then sort of set to create, use that information when you're creating a contact or a matter, then, and that's sitting in your matter, that information is now sitting in your newly created matter or newly created contact. And then you were to go ahead and generate a document template using the merge field that is connected to that information, then, you shouldn't really, it should work, basically, is what I'm saying. So maybe I'll just demonstrate. I can't really demonstrate a web form from start to finish, just because it would require an extra sort of website that that you're plugging the data into to then go feed through to the web form. But I can show you sort of like what the kind of setup would look like. So if we go to more web forms, go to form manager. Oh, well, let's just have a look at maybe one of these already. These ones done already. Well, that would be in form manager. Okay, and let's have a look at maybe client intake. It's actually quite good because it's looking at the conveyancing matter type, which we've been looking at already. For form settings, just some general settings here. Then we go to the field settings, and well, it's quite sparse. So okay, but anyway, like if we were to select participant, right, then it's going to look at the participant types that we've got added to the conveyancing matter type. Say if we wanted to draw client primary contact information, and then it's going to give us all these options, right? Like first name, or all the ones that you get in a contact record. So we just wanted to generate the first name there. We can give it a unique label if we wanted to. A description and whether or not it's required when you're entering in your information. So if you were to sort of save that, and then use that code over here, and sort of put that into your external website, then when that data comes through, submitted data, I don't think there's going to be much, no, if anything. So obviously we haven't really oh, well, there we go. Okay, what's this? This is deleted and processed. But anyway, so okay, great. So this one looks like it's for a different matter type, but this information has come through. Then we can choose to like this has already been processed, right? So so I'm not. Oh, I could reprocess it, I guess. Process. Choose to. So that's probably the one that was created from this actual web form. But that's okay. We can like choose to create a new contact. It's going to add in this information that was entered on the web form. Then we go ahead and create that matter. Then that's just going, that's going to end up like this, except with all that, information and, into that particular matter type. And then, you can just sort of like, as we sort of saw before, you can use this information as a, in a document template using merge fields. So I think maybe just take a look at that sort of initial setup of the web form. There might be a problem there. If you're still sort of having trouble after that, then again, contact us at support@actionstep.com and we can take a look.
Okay, terrific. I think we have time for just one more question that has been put in the chat, and then everyone for whom we have not been able to address your question, just be aware that we will follow up with you and to answer your question directly. So the next question is, can we draw information from a relationship for a contact? For example, if I had a company contact and linked a director contact via a relationship, and I wanted to pull the director's name in the templates.
Yeah, unfortunately not. No, so I believe the only merge field that we have for relationships. So I'm guessing that you mean this part. So if we were to click into my contact record here, contact. And we were to edit this contact. There is a section down here for relationships. You can add in different forward and reverse relationships. If this is your question that you're wanting to draw information from this person, from when this person, like this main contact record, it has been added to the matter, and Abdul and Azra has not been. You can't really generate the information from Abdul, but that's kind of easily just sort of worked around in Actionstep, because all you need to do is you just need to put in business partner as a participant type in that matter type, and allowing you to then add Abdul to that business partner role, and then draw all the information from Abdul. So yeah, that's how you do that. You just go into the meta type settings, like so. Where are we going? Oops, looking at the data collections. Going to meta type settings. Heading down to the parties, you would add in business partner here. And if we don't have business partner in this list, business contact will do. You add that in, you save it. Then we go back to our conveyancing matter that we've been using. Oops. Go back to the parties list. So this will be updated now. Business contact and an Abdul. There you go. So that's, and then you can draw all that information into your document template. So that's how you do that, really. Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, I actually think we have time for one more question, but before we get to that, if everyone attending the webinar right now has a moment to just pop in the chat other topics that you would like to see a webinar from Actionstep on, or Ask an Expert sessions, we'd love to hear from you. So anything that you are wishing to see more coverage of, please go ahead and pop that topic in the chat. The last question I was going to put forth to you, Robert, is one of the attendees was interested in email templates and asking if we could show how to use email templates. Is that something that you think we can cover rather quickly?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Cool. All right, sweet. So email templates, you just head over to admin, head over to email and SMS, email templates. We've got a whole heap here, but if you wanted to add a new one, click new template. And you can even copy from a template that you've already created, just if you wanted to quickly just edit one that you've just created. Or, if you wanted to create a fresh one, go ahead and click the template type. What is it being used for? If it's just a meta type email, then select that. If it's regarding trust receipts, then trust payment confirmation email, or billing email, then we have those options as well. So billing email is the one that you would use when you're producing invoices, and using those to send off your invoices. Then you would check, the meta type that this is available for, add in the name of the template, and go ahead and add your message. So you can go ahead and add in merge fields here. So this way, you would be using the square brackets. So first name, T, equals clients, something like that. Well, not something like that. You would use that. Hi, person, blah, 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 blah. And just a quick note, for these merge fields to work, to populate, the email must be associated with a meta, if you're doing a meta type email, before you select the template, all right, so that it knows what merge fields to generate. And if you're doing like billing information as well, so invoice, amount paid on this invoice or something like that, then you would want to associate the invoice before you choose the email template as well. So what I mean by that is, if we were to go back to that same meta, oops, and we go ahead and create a new email. Because we're looking at the meta, it's going to automatically associate the meta for us there. So now we can go ahead and select a template. Engagement email looks good. It wasn't good. Nothing there. All right. There we go. Cool. All right. So I think this would be a merge field. But anyway, yeah, you can see what you can do there. So if you're wanting to add another association, perhaps you're wanting to, this is invoice information for this client, then you'd go over to sale purchase here. You would type the invoice number that this relates to, and select that, save it, edit it as an association, and then you can select one of the billing templates. It's a bunch of tests here. They're very good, but cool. All right, so because that particular invoice number 1 has probably already been paid, then that's the merge field that is drawn for that. But yeah, that's a quick sort of basic rundown on how to do email templates.
Terrific. Thank you so much, Robert. I think that's everything.
Awesome.
And so we do have several more questions, but as I mentioned, we will reach out to everybody who attended the webinar with this recording. And then if you had questions that weren't answered, we will try to address those as best as we can individually. So, and also thank you for submitting your ideas for the next webinar or Ask an Expert sessions. That's so helpful to us. We really appreciate the feedback. And thank you everyone for joining us today. And again, you will be receiving an email with the recording from this. And thank you, Robert. This was so helpful. And we received lots of positive feedback in the chat. So thank you.
Great. My pleasure. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, everybody that joined.
Thanks, everybody, and have a great day or a good evening.
See you later.